President Trump's senior legal advisor destroying CNN's Brian Stelter after a nasty insult. We've got the video you don't want to miss, but if this is your first time visiting the Next News Network channel, tap the red button down below to subscribe, then hit that notification bell to ensure you get more reports like this. Before we go further into the news, you may have heard about that recent Bitcoin halving event causing a lot of confusion out there. Nobody really knew what was going to happen. In the end, it gained around 30% since the start of the year. Not too shabby. And Noble Bitcoin, they are waiving their first year fees, a savings of over $400 for anyone putting in over $20,000. Grow your IRA with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Give them a call at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347, and tell them that Gary Franchi sent you. Now, back to the news. Jim Hoff from the Gateway Pundit reports that the brilliant and talented senior legal advisor to the Trump campaign, Jenna Ellis, went on with CNN's Brian Stelter on Sunday morning on reliable sources. Poor Brian was completely outmatched with the brilliant and talented Trump associate. And during their discussion, Stelter complained about the term fake news and then got personal when he told Ellis that she would regret using slurs when her kids and grandkids see this one day. And that's when she fired back. Watch.
Okay, he actually called out MSNBC and NBC News, so he was linking it to his distaste for news coverage. Again, that is so far beyond the pale for American presidents. Right, but do you understand how aberrant that is in American history?
He has an opinion. He is also a citizen. No, he is the first one to actually use his platform as an American citizen to be able to call out the fake news media and say, because you are peddlers.
You understand that, like, someday you're going to regret this, right?
3.5 years.
Someday you're going to regret this when your kids and your grandkids look back at this time and you use slurs and smears like fake news to hurt news outlets. No, but it's
Jenna, you can't even come on.
I think in 10 or 20 years, if we just sit down and talk about this, you're going to recognize how damaging it was. How damaging it was to use terms like fake news, to attack journalists who were trying to do their jobs.
In 15 or 20 years, you're not trying to do your job. You're not a journalist, Brian. You're an activist. That's the problem. You have an agenda, and your agenda is anti-Trump. The American people see through that, and they are very grateful that this president is finally holding the fake news media accountable, because you're activists. You're not reporting fact and truth. You won't even say that as a general
the reason why I think it's helpful to have these conversations
shouldn't ever appear in a media outlet.
Oh, wow. You're not a journalist, Brian. You're an activist. Yes, you're going to need some ice for that burn there. Jenna Ellis, absolutely exceptional, taking down Brian Stelter. He's not a journalist, he's an activist. And the fact that he would go on and say, you're going to regret this when you look back on it using slurs, I think the only person that's going to regret anything is going to be Brian Stelter when we look back at him. Comment below. We'll see you at the next report for the Next News Network. I'm Gary Franchi. I hope you enjoyed that last report. You know, we've talked about Bitcoin halving here. And if you don't know what that is, it certainly caused a lot of confusion. Nobody really knew what was going to happen. Some people said it was going to trigger Bitcoin to $100,000. Others said it would simply collapse. And in the end, it gained around 30% since the start of the year, so not too bad. Noble Bitcoin now, they have slashed their own fees on Bitcoin IRA and 401k deals, and they are waiving their first year fees and a savings of over $400 for anyone putting in over $20,000. So learn how you can grow your IRA with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Give them a call. The number is 877-646-5347, 877-646-5347. Tell them Gary Franchi sent you. There's also a link in the description below. We'll see you at the next report for the Next News Network. I'm Gary Franchi. Thanks for watching the Next News Network. Tap here to subscribe to the channel to get the latest news and alerts. Tap here to watch our latest breaking news and our top stories. Tap here for our latest featured interviews. And make sure you tap here to get in on the new podcast, the Gcast, with my wife Angie and I. We'll see you at the next report for the Next News Network. I'm Gary Franchi.